Hello everyone and good day. This is Dr. Edward Padama and today I will be presenting to you my study entitled Challenges Encountered by Selected Students of the College of Arts and Sciences During the New Normal of Education. To start off, the background of the study are the following. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, the operation of private and public basic education, including higher education institutions, tertiary and universities, institutions around the world has been severely hampered by the COVID-19 pandemic, which began towards the end of December 2019 and continues to this day until there was an announcement made by the Bureau or Department of Education that they will already be starting or they have already started, some schools have already started the implementation of the new phase or the transitionary period of implementing limited face-to-face. It grew into a global health crisis in which everyone, regardless of age, was literally affected and was not prepared for. The world came to a halt, educational institutions closed, and the economy collapsed. With this, by January 2021, the Philippine government suspended face-to-face classes indefinitely. Educational institutions, both private and public, adopted drastic measures reverting to online learning from face-to-face classes or the conventional way of teaching. And this created and developed learning management systems for different schools. So this required different academic institutions to implement and to create learning management systems which utilize new platforms in delivering lessons using video conferencing applications. Face-to-face classes became synonymous with the term synchronous and asynchronous and blended learning and hybrid learning and so on and so forth. Training and seminars became webinars. The challenges of a teaching and learning system that has not been fully explored, developed, and utilized is now being implemented. In the light of the aforementioned, this study seeks to investigate and explore the challenges encountered by selected students of the College of Arts and Sciences during the new normal of education. And together with this study, I have used this theory called the institutional change theory that states that institutional change theory is a framework based on the relationship between the school and their cultural environment. Society's cultural norms shape organizational structure, and by encouraging schools to conform to the accepted rules and rituals of an institution. So this is very relevant to the study being presented to you right now because this states that what happens between the cultural environment or within a cultural environment of a particular academic institution will greatly influence the structure of this particular organization, which is the academe. Okay, the next one will be the presentation of the statement of the problem. So the statement of the problem starts with the general problem that seeks to study and investigate, explore the challenges encountered by these selected students of the College of Arts and Sciences during the new normal of education. Specifically, it will attempt to answer the following. So number one, what is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of age, sex, and number two, or SOP number two, what are the challenges encountered by the respondents during the new normal of education in terms of technical, personal, or health, academic. And then SOP number three, what recommendations can be made based on the findings of the study. The method used for this particular study is quantitative, descriptive. There will be no correlation even if the demographic profile has been presented. So, the method, again, as I was saying earlier, will be quantitative and descriptive research design with survey questionnaire or use of survey questionnaire through since we are still on the stage of online classes, survey questionnaires will be presented through Google Forms to gather the required data. The study surveyed the challenges of the students in learning during the new normal of education, and this is what will be presented through the use of this particular method. The instrument used is teacher-made and was derived from a survey made to random classes involved in the study. So the list was screened, classified, categorized, and organized by the researcher into three areas, namely what is stated in the SOP: technical, personal or health, and academic challenges. The next, the instrument also underwent content validation through experts relevant to the field being investigated. Since the conventional way of data gathering through face-to-face is not yet permitted, as mentioned earlier, the researcher created instrument through the use of Google Forms and was distributed online by providing the link, and immediate response and organization of the data gathered was one of the features of this technology. The next part will be the presentation of the instrument used. So this is already what the respondents will see in the Google form in terms of its relevance to the SOP that was presented. So you have the age, and then you have the sex, and then you have the instrument, you have the technical challenges. Under the technical challenges, you have the following. And then after technical challenges, the second category will be personal or health challenges. And then after that, the third category will be the academic challenges. And then for the next part of this presentation, we have the results and discussion. So out of 303 total respondents, you have the following. So majority of the respondents are in the age range of 19 to 20, which is equivalent to 44.2. And then the study has a population sample of a total of 303 who were available during the time of the conduct of the study. And the sampling method used was purposive. So all of the respondents were used in this particular study. Majority of the respondents, or 44.2, are from the range of 19 to 20. So as mentioned earlier. Okay, the next part is with regard to the sex of the respondents. Majority of them are female, which is equivalent to 67%, and the rest are male, which is 33%. The next part would be, so this is already the interpretation of this particular graph. So the next one will be the first classification of the challenges under technical. You have the following, and the interpretation. The result shows that 75.6% or 229 answered poor Wi-Fi signal, followed by 103 or 34 with lack of gadget. This is congruent with the current technological state of the country in terms of Wi-Fi distribution and quality, where urban areas have sufficient access, but due to user congestion, the speed of the signal is compromised. On the other hand, lack of gadget may also be attributed to the already struggling economy of the country, where even the average income family is forced to choose between buying a gadget or buying food. The next classification, which is personal or health challenges. So under this particular graph, the interpretation is as follows. The result shows that 178, which is the highest, equivalent to 58.7, answered stress, anxiety, and depression. So in terms of challenges with regard to personal or health, stress, anxiety, and depression is the highest, followed by 169 or 55.8%, which is interpreted as difficulty in focusing. Okay. The next is academic challenges. So under academic challenges, you have, also there is no interpretation. So I'm going to interpret academic challenges manually. So under academic challenges, the highest under this particular classification is 158 or equivalent to 52.1%, which is equivalent to difficulty in communicating with the teacher. So again, under academic challenges, this is the highest according to the respondents, difficulty in communicating with the teacher. And the next one is lack of learning resources. Okay. The next, is the recommendation of the study. So, based from the finding presented from the interpretation of the study, the following recommendations are presented. Number one, provide alternative modes of learning like module and e-learning. Number two, provide financial assistance plan or loans for students. Number three, continue the enhancement, development, and upgrading of the Pegasus learning management system of the university. Number four, conduct additional personalized and targeted kumustahan webinar and create an interest group composed of students, teachers that would spearhead planning of future webinars. Next, number five, maximize the use of institutionally available softwares relevant to laboratory-based subjects like Labster. Number six, develop and set up virtual consultation room or group where students can easily communicate with their teachers concerned. Number seven, enhance the e-library of the institution by making the system user-friendly and inclusions of resources like research outputs in the senior high school, college, and graduate school level. So I think the next part will be the references used for this particular study as presented. And then the next would be the end of my presentation. So thank you very much everyone for listening and good day to everyone. God bless. Stay safe everyone. Goodbye.